All day today I've been releasing Tinder Red Flag videos. Now the real reason why I was doing these was one, to show you the red flags, but basically trying to tell men it's an absolute dumpster fire of a waste of time to be on Tinder. Medium.com did a experiment, and it basically says, guys, unless you're really hot, you're probably better off not wasting your time on Tinder. And it's pretty much true. Here's why. So this article goes on and basically says the bottom 80% of men in terms of attractiveness are competing for the bottom 22% of women, and the top 78% of women are competing for the top 20% of men. Not good for guys. Here it is in graph form. Basically, if you're a 4 hot, you're only going to be swiping on guys who are 8 or above. And this is just why it's completely counterintuitive for men or women really to be on Tinder. This is bad for both sexes, as basically 80% of men are invisible and 80% of the women are fighting for 20% of the men.
There is no denying that there are many human rights issues that uniquely or disproportionately affect men.
In this country, fathers are not second-class citizens. I know there are a lot of people out there, including judges and probation officers, who still don't get that message, but fathers are not second-class citizens. Sometimes they're actually better parents.
When men are married to women who scream like you, they just want to die sooner.
Tinder, red flags, here we go. Today we have Catherine Elizabeth, no age. Down here she says, if you're interested, prove it. To be honest, I don't mind being alone at all. I know my worth. There's a very, very, very small percentage of women who can be perpetually single. So I don't think she's really being honest here. These are the actual pictures these women posted, and that's the red flag here, so just look. Kimberly's 26. Look at all that mess back there behind her. It is dirty as hell. Here we got drawers open, clothes on the floor, clothes just on the bed. What the hell is this? How many, that's 6 pizza boxes stacked up together. What the hell is that? We just got dirty dishes, aluminum foil just hanging out here. They don't have the presence of mind to clean up before they take a picture. They're probably dirty. Today we have Jen, 34. She's a single mom of 3 beautiful monsters. What a great way to talk about your kids there. And she goes on and on. At the very end she goes, just a warning, I'm a lady that deserves and demands attention. The difficult thing is getting my attention is keeping it. You're a 34-year-old mother of 3. That means if I wanted to date you, I'd be number 5 on your list. You're number 1, your 3 kids are after you, and then I'm number 5. No thanks, pass. Here we have Sarah, who's 35. I'm still learning what my type is. You are 35, you don't know what type you like? If you're still on a mission to find out who you are, stop dating. Women who are over 30 hit the wall, and they're just not going to get the quality men that they probably would have been able to get if they were 25. Here we have EJ, she is 27. Leftist AF, intersectional feminism. The U.S. military is beyond effed up, cultural appropriation should be avoided, knowledge, all this in your first message, blah blah blah. She's tall as shit, she's chubby, she's pretty phenomenal kisser apparently, autistic, straightforward, anti-intellectualism, she's California grown, let's do shots and exchange saliva. Heads up, I don't have sex.
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, 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 no. Hell no, no, to the no, no. Hell to the no, no.
Her name's cut off here, but her name's Bree, and she's 31 years old. And what I want to focus on is this. She's very career-driven and independent. The problem with a 31-year-old female who's completely career-driven, they're going to also want a guy who's completely career-driven, meaning you best be making more money than her. And sometimes in that type of relationship, guys will end up competing against each other for this top role. And ladies, men couldn't care less that you're career-driven. It's literally like the last thing we care about. A career-driven man's going to want a woman to compliment him. That means someone who's more willing to be at home and not in a professional competition with. So women end up busting their ass to push away the guys that they really want away. We have Alexis, 24. I don't know why I have this, and you're probably boring anyway. Great selling point. Just get the nastiness right out of the way. Here we have Aubrey. She's 35. I have 3 beautiful children to the same man that I have 98% of the time. So you're telling me you have 3 kids with the same man, however, you have full custody of them practically? How does that work? And don't give me he's a bad dad. You had 1 kid with him, and then a second child with him, and then a third child with him. Avoid these types of women who have full custody of their kids, because that could be you. You could have a kid with her, and she'll take that kid away from you because she's probably vindictive. And a PSA, if any woman puts a picture of her child on Tinder, no. Here we have Kerry. She's 32. She's a Yinzer. That's a Pittsburgh thing, so don't worry about that. Looking for a good guy and a relationship. Christian, sports enthusiast, and a golden retriever lover. Here's the important part, guys. Never married. No kids. Hopefully someday for both. You might be thinking, why is this a red flag? Problem is, she is 32 and she wants to be married and have kids. By the time women turn 30, like 90% of their eggs are gone. She has a very limited time to accomplish this goal. And that really only gives her 2 options. She can just be strong-headed and just keep on waiting for her Prince Charming now that she's post-wall. Or she's going to have to lower her standard. Now, when that happens, she's just going to try to get a guy who will be able to take care of her, provide her for those kids. But she might not really be in love with you, and that'll cause a lot of problems down the road. Now, Casey hit one of my worst pet peeves when it comes to this stuff. She's 28, and then I know this is kind of a joke, but she has application requirements. And she just goes down a list of all things that you should have. Normally, a dating site is where you're supposed to sell yourself, not tell what other people should have. It gives us the impression that you're such a queen and little princess that you deserve the best no matter what, and you won't really care about our needs whatsoever. Now we got Megan. She's 32. Cat mom, no kids, never married, independent woman. She's a CNA and wants to go back to school? Girl, you're 32 years old. You're probably not even done paying off your college loans. Guys, avoid women who have racked up this kind of debt. Whether it's school loans, credit card, it don't matter, because that debt will be your debt. I'm actually getting really depressed doing all these Tinder red flags, but here's some more. Here we have Alexis. She's 28. She's going to school for professional counseling, so I'll probably psychoanalyze you from the moment we meet. So this kind of is a little sensitive area for me because my ex was basically like this. And because she was like this, she could do no wrong. Also, professional counselors are kind of trained to somewhat manipulate their clients into doing things that they should be doing. So these counselors are actually really good at manipulating emotions and manipulating people, which means they can very easily manipulate you. So I just avoid these types of women in those types of professions. You know, counseling, psychologist, any of that stuff. That's a no-go for me, at least. We got Dani. She's 29. I love dogs more than people. Now, this is one of my top pet peeves. So if I want to be in a relationship with you, I have to compete with your damn dog. An animal that eats its own vomit. You put that thing above any potential partner you'll ever have. I don't trust anybody who puts any animal over human beings. And I love dogs. But I don't put them over people. And this next woman, guys, Don't message these types of women at all. Ignore them. Swipe left as soon as possible. Frankie, 29, lists all of her social media stuff so you can DM her even if you don't match. That means she doesn't care if your ugly ass, simp ass, messages her, gives her that nice little confidence boost, but she's gonna ignore the hell out of you. Don't bother with these types of women. They're nothing but attention whore. In fact, there's a girl on TikTok, that's all she does is read her DM. We have Shay, she's 26 years old. I have 4 kids, 4 beautiful boys. I'm a waitress, like to have fun, love to eat, blah, blah, blah. Also, I love tattoos. I have 30. You have 30 tattoos? Look, I don't know where you're getting the money to get 30 tattoos when you have 4 kids and you're just a waitress. Actually, I kind of do. If you're 26 and you have 4 kids, you were at least starting having kids when you were 20, probably earlier than that. And it's highly unlikely that these kids all have the same dad. So you are completely funded and live basically on your baby daddies. And that means that the next person you become involved with will be your next baby daddy. And he'll be funding your lifestyle. Pass. That ain't me. Here we have Marcia. She's 32. She's looking for a friendship that turns into a relationship. I'm looking for a man. Now, we all know what she's implying here, but if I were to say in my profile that I'm looking for a woman, implying that I'm looking for a woman who cooks, cleans, and keeps the house, that would be called misogyny. Danielle, 41. I have some crazy in me. I love hard and fall fast. I'm sick of being dicked around. I'm totally a catch. No, you said you're crazy and that you fall fast, meaning you're probably very clingy and want to put a ring on that finger immediately. Yikes. Michelle, 28. Why bother? Why can't you all think with your brain and not your other brain? Maybe someday I'll be good enough. This screams of desperation. It's not attractive, and women wouldn't find it attractive. I keep saying Tinder's a dumpster fire. I just think society is a dumpster fire. But here are some more red flags from Tinder. Today, we have Helga. She is 34. She's a charismatic European. Looking for more than a romp, swipe right at your own risk. If a woman is already giving you a hint that there might be something wrong with her, it's like asking a woman how many guys she slept with. Whatever that number she gives you, you have to double it because that's probably closer to the real answer. So she's giving you a warning prehand. Times that by 10 and just pass. Now we have Trisha. She's 29. All I ask is that you effing move over for actively broken down vehicles before I have to tell you to. It's easy. If you drive a Jeep that isn't a stick shift, I'm judging you. This woman is already nagging potential partners. Already nagging them. Imagine a lifetime with this woman. Please stop nagging me.